Hi there. I'm Kate Shumate with the Christian Working Woman, and today I want to share one of my favorite verses with you. In a world full of distractions, the heart behind this one verse is what really matters. Let me give you a little context to the story. After living in exile for 70 years, many Israelites returned from Babylon to Jerusalem to find the city almost unrecognizable. Their wall was crumbling, their temple was in ruins, and whatever home they thought they would return to was a distant dream. One man, Nehemiah, he couldn't stand for it. He couldn't sit idly by while Jerusalem's walls were broken and its gates were burned with fire. He had to do something. So, armed with wisdom and prayer and a calling from God, Nehemiah mobilized the people of Jerusalem to rebuild the wall. It was a group effort to say the least, and as neighboring nations learned what the people of Judah were doing, they became angry. They threatened the people and taunted them, knowing that if Jerusalem's walls were rebuilt, it would become difficult to conquer and control. Still, day after day, week after week, the people of Jerusalem rebuilt the wall. And as they received threats from their neighbors, they posted builders by families armed with swords and spears and bows. With such intense focus and determination, the people persisted. Finally, when the last gap was closed and only the final gate remained to be set up, Judah's enemy taunted them once more. This time, they sent a message directly to their leader, Nehemiah. They told him they wanted to meet him at a village. They just wanted to talk. But Nehemiah saw right through their schemes. And this is the verse I love. In response to those trying to distract him from his calling, Nehemiah said, I am doing a great work and I cannot come down. I love that. I'm not sure if you ever found yourself in the middle of a difficult season, a challenging calling, a discouraging moment. Maybe someone externally encourages you to pause or to quit altogether. They might unintentionally try to push you away from what you know you need to do, or maybe their words and actions are more malicious than that. They're like Israel's enemies, truly trying to tear you away from who you were meant to be or what you were meant to do. Or maybe those voices are on the inside. The story you tell yourself is filled with lies and discouragement that fill you with fear. Whether external or internal, none of these voices are from the Lord. I know I have experienced this. I've pursued dreams that felt impossible, but that I also felt like were real callings from the Lord. I know God has called me to a certain place or a certain work or maybe a certain project, but both external and internal voices seem to say the opposite. They try to drag me away, pull away my focus. They ask questions like, did God really say? Maybe you're experiencing this right now. Your focus is waning and you're wondering if it's even worth it to carry on where you believe God has called you. So today I want to encourage you. God has a special purpose for you, and He has put you where you are for a reason. He's given you gifts and abilities that only you can bring to the table. Jerusalem was full of people who could have rebuilt the wall, but God called one man, Nehemiah, to the task, and He has called you too. You probably won't rebuild walls or restore a place of worship, but you will still likely face fear and resistance in what God has called you to do. In those moments, you and I must stand on God's promises. Remember what He said in Scripture and rely on Him in prayer. Remember that the Lord is the one who strengthens your hands, who equips you to do what you've been called to do. He is the one who fights for you. He is the one who enables you to confidently say, I am doing a great work and I cannot come down.